So here we have a matchup of Shanks versus Buggy. Buggy's an interesting character, mono blue leader. He deals with the cross guild. He has a ability where he can rest 5 Dawn, trash a card from hand, then play a cross guild, no matter what the cost is, into play. So he likes to cheat out characters, big characters, way ahead of schedule. So we'll see how this matchup goes. I'm playing Shanks. Let's see. All right, so I go first. I took a mulligan here. I don't really think this hand's much better. I mean, I got some 2Ks, I got some blocker, I got a blocker, so just get a Dawn and pass the turn here. Buggy does the same thing. So we're at 3 Dawn here. Like, we're just gonna attack 5, see what happens. See if we can get a card out of hand. Nope, they took the life. Okay, that works. So we're gonna deploy Hongo here. Because Buggy's a pretty tight list, so you gotta run specific cards in order to try to make it work. So we're not really too much fear of Hongo being removed too easily. So they use their Mr. 2, or Mr. 3, sorry, and they got a Richie, which is their 2-drop blocker. So here we're at 5. They're going to just attach one to Shanks and go in 6 on 5. They counter with 2, okay. And we're going to deploy Lucky Roo here. Like I said, Buggy plays a lot different than Dopey as far as like their interaction. They don't really interact too much with the board. They kind of do their own thing. So 6 on 5, we're going to use leader effect, put it to 5, so we only need a 1K to get out. We're going to use Lucky Roo. So here they've got 5 Dawn, so he could use his leader effect if he wanted to, which he did. So he plays his Crocodile, which cheats in. Oh man, he's just going. His Moji into his Richie, so. Like I said, the Buggy can swarm the board. I like the deck. I think it needs more support to be viable, but I mean, it's still a fun rogue deck. So I'll probably do some gameplay with Buggy coming up here shortly. So we got 5 on 5, Shanks into Buggy. He has a Richie blocker. He's going to use it. So Lucky Roo doesn't do very well against this Buggy because most of their characters are above, are like 7K. Like he does have some 5s and 6s, but a lot of them are like 7. So we're just gonna throw some Dawn on Lucky Roo and go in 7 on 5. They took that one. It looks like they got a trigger from Sanji's peel off. So if you're liking the content, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to have a lot of One Piece content. Eventually, I'll be branching into other games. But right now, we're just sticking mainly to One Piece until I can get a hang of what I'm doing here. I enjoy the game. I enjoy doing these videos. So another Crocodile into Mr. 1. So Mr. 1 is interesting because his first effect isn't relevant, but he does draw 2 and trash 1. So the thing I noticed with Buggy is their hand size can go pretty low pretty quick. So they got Mr. 1. But they do a really good job of cheating into, like, swarming the board pretty quickly. So he put 2 on his Moji here. And I'm not, I think he must have misclicked or something. Or it just came out somehow. Alright, so we're at 9 Dawn here. We're going to deploy Dragon. And we're going to give Lucky Roo 2 Dawn and just go 7 into 5. Because we still got 5 health, so if they want to focus on attacking arrested Lucky Roo, then we're alright with that too. So 5 on 5, countered out, and then we have 9, 9 into 5. They're gonna take that one. I have 1 Dawn open. I do have a Radical Beam in hand, but I like to wait till I'm low for those, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We're still gonna leave one Lucky Roo open though, just in case. So, gonna use my card action. I think on the Moji. Yep. And then we're just gonna use Lucky Roo to block, and we'll just KO the Moji. We could have KO'd it without the effect, so it's kind of like a misplay. I should have probably done the -1 on one of the crocodiles, so it would have been a 6, so I could have countered out for 2. But here they play a Mihawk. He is a blocker. He doesn't look like a blocker, but he is a blocker. Out here comes this 10-drop Buggy. Just what he took. Oh, he put my dragon at the bottom. He went 7 into 5 here. Yeah, I'm just gonna counter with the 0-drop bad manners course kick, trashing the radical beam. So here we go, 5 on 5. We're gonna take that. And 7 on 5, take that. We draw 2K. So we're looking at the Ben Beckman and we're like, man, we gotta get something a little bit lower. So we're gonna target their blocker here, put it down to 5, and then crash it with Ben Beckman. So we're gonna go 6 into Mr. 1. The reason we didn't go higher is because I wanted to keep the Gum Red Hawk available as a counter. Because those are 4 swings. I do have a blocker. In retrospect, I probably should have just put more on, but it did work. They let the Mr. 1 go, so drop down another Mihawk blocker, and then another Richie. So 5 on 5 using card action here. I just did it to the Buggy, so I don't have to worry about it. So here, 8 into 5. I'm gonna use my Gum Red Hawk and then take out Richie. So he's gonna put another Dawn, go 8 into 5. I do have Lucky Roo here, but I just countered out. And because that's the Buggy coming in, there's no way to counter out of that. 12 into 5. So I just took that one. I got a Silvers. I'm gonna draw a card. Like, I didn't see a Shanks yet. So we gave Buggy -3 and then the blocker -2. And we couldn't KO anything because nothing was small enough. So we're going to go 7 into 7 with the crocodile. See if they'll give us their last card or their blocker. They just gave us crocodile, which is good. We're going to try it again. Beckman into crocodile. Just trying to clear this board. Letting it go. Debating about Lucky Roo, but I only have 2 life and not much counter. So, yeah, we're just going to pass back to them. So we both have 2 life, 2 cards in hand. I have a blocker. So Buggy's gonna go 9 into my 7. I have enough counter power for this if I needed it. Or I could just use my blocker, but here I use the counter power instead, putting myself to 0 cards in hand, which probably wasn't the best use of my resources here, because Lucky Roo is sitting there. So I took the 5K hit, drew a bad manners course kick, and Uda. Like I said, I don't have my 10-drop Shanks, which does help a lot in a lot of matchups. So we're going to go 7 into 5 here. They do have a blocker, and they got 5 cards in hand. So they're going to use their Gum Rain to give it 3K power by trashing a Mr. 1. So here I'm trying to split Dawn open, try to force the block or try to take life, chip their hand. Like, I have swings, so I don't want to overcommit too much Dawn to one character. I want to try to get as many attacks in as possible this turn. Because they have their Kaido, they have a Buggy, and Tendon. So they didn't, they countered out of that one. So here I'm just going to put the 2 onto Hongo and go 5 on 5. They're either going to take the life or use their blocker. So I took the life here. Like they still have the blocker, so like I can't go for game this turn. So, because Rayleigh was 8, I had 4 Dawn open. I could have went 12 and attempted to take out the Buggy, which could have ate their blocker. But I decided to go 8 into 5, trying to force that last life or their blocker. So I got the last life. Now I know that they have the blocker. I keep double checking. I've got 3K worth of power, but I'm going to use this. I was hoping to get another 2K, but Ben Beckman was all I got. So 3 Dawn open. I don't need it for anything in hand. They got 4 swings coming. I just pass the turn and hope for the best. So here they're coming in with their blocker at 9 on 5. I can't get out of it with the counter in hand. I only have 3K worth of counter. Because even if I put it to 8, it wouldn't be enough. So I'm just going to try to make their Buggy not useful. I just take that hit and hope. I was hoping for another 2K. As you see, I just got a 10 drop Shanks, not the one I want. So big Buggy. I use Lucky Roo here. I can't take anything out with the effect. So, and then they have their 12K Kaido coming in, which I cannot do anything about. I just kind of show them this is what I have. GG's opponent. So, like I said, Buggy's not really a mainstream deck or a meta deck. And when the cards fall right, this deck is really fun. So they had a Pudding in hand, a Jozu, and the life of me, I can't remember his name. Kavaji, maybe? He's a 2K counter, I know that much. And he was getting Kai on top. So yeah, this was a loss for me, but it was a learning experience. That there's some misplays that I did see here that I would definitely reconsider if I was to be in a situation again, that I wouldn't be making those mistakes again. I would have probably used the Lucky Roo, the turn, or so when I emptied my hand here, I should have used Lucky Roo, but we live and learn. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. See you in the next one.